Hey guys, this is Temujin with another King of Avalon video. This is the Conquest event, and in order to go to other kingdoms, first thing you got to do is got to get all your troops in. This is a fun event in that troops really don't die, they just go to the kingdom hospital, which means they're really not dead, and it just costs gold pieces or time to heal them up. So I am looking around here. One thing I did notice is that guy didn't have very many infantry in his march there in our tower. We call it the brothel just because we're fun that way. And waiting on my dragon to get back, and then we're going to attack this guy with very few infantry. I think maybe he figured out what works for barb camps and all that, and tries to use that in player versus player, but it's not the same. It doesn't work the same. So we're going to send a whole lot of infantry and gonna knock him down. Now this is a rather long video, but as you might notice, it's sped up at one half times speed, so that it's not a 30-minute long video. Probably cut the time in by a third. Most of it's running at 1.5, but we're just going to check this guy, and really didn't even have his scout, or nobody had an opinion. Nobody had a attack report on him, so we're just going in blind and hoping that with him having very little infantry, that we will do pretty good. Did real well there. One thing I did notice is my Sir K is not up, so we'll make a quick adjustment to that. This Sir K, I would really love to be able to get him to different levels, but it will be more stars. But it's going to be hard because it's not paying through the regular horn system right now. You can see this guy, he's 75 million might, but he's got a lot of kills, so that that can tell you a lot with their kills. That typically means their dragon's going to be stronger. Our boy Jig here, he got hit once, lost about 7 million, which is a pretty good hit for a stronghold of his size, but he did shield the second time. I didn't get the first hit on him, but apparently he was eating dinner, and he got hit. So all right, so we're going to jump over to our first kingdom jump here. We've actually did a couple of battles there defending our kingdom. We're down from 160 million power down to 121. That's a guy just hit. So first thing, let's have a little fun. Let's just smash some smaller strongholds. We don't even got to scout these guys. We're just hitting them. If they look like they've got troops, and we're hitting them. Which is kind of a bully thing to do, but you know what? It's alliance versus alliance, and they're not even going to be dead permanently. They're just dead temporarily in the Kingdom Hospital. So there's a small kill there. Just watching some of these others. Now we're going to check this right here. We got 201,000 troops there. You can see on the bottom left. Let's scout it, see what it looks like. There's 201,000. Queen Rogue. Queen Rogue actually turned out to be a pretty strong Stronghold 31. But, it's alliance versus alliance, and troops really don't die. So we're just going to go in and we're going to try this and see what we can do. And Queen Rogue really doesn't like to be hit, so she did this multiple times. She doesn't like to be on the defensive side. I don't know why she does like that, but she doesn't like to be attacked. So she'll actually, later on, I didn't get it videoed, but I did the same thing to her in our kingdom. She ran and then came back and hit me, and she's very much stronger than I am. I'm probably not the strongest Stronghold 31 that's out there, just because I don't spend enough to be very strong. I'm just utilizing as much of the game capacity as I can, and doing a little spending. The only thing I'm really spending on at this time is trying to get DeathSeeker equipment, and I'll go through some of my strategies on how I'm doing that very shortly. All right, so we're just having a look at the event. You got the conquest rewards are up here at the top left. That you're going to get this by being in other kingdoms' towers or buildings, and then also defending your own buildings. I'm not sure on this, but let me go back to this. The big thing I'm trying to get are those dragon essence, because in order to upgrade DeathSeekers, you'll see in a minute, that's one of the items that you need to be able to upgrade your DeathSeekers. We're currently leading, and we've got Kingdom 306, 482, 126, and a few others, 247, 428. Jig's complaining about being hit, and let's just make a little joke. So Jig and he's actually married to a player named Monster, who's going by Trump right now. But they're married with 4 kids. So shout out to those guys. They're some great people. They're really a fun part of this alliance, and really, the biggest reason why we still keep playing is because those guys are, not those guys in particular, but everybody, that's in our alliance. We've just made friends, and we joke and poke fun at each other and just have a good time. So shout out to everybody that's in the I Kill Alliance. All right, so the bottom right, if you click on the ore button, you can see the different alliance buildings that are out there, and then it says, like the top right dragon altar, that says plundering. The bottom right alliance tower says plundering. That means somebody's in there taking ore from these people, and it may be us or it may be somebody else. And you can also see the individuals who have gathered. I'm pretty low, got a late start versus these other guys. I went ahead and hit the Kingdom threat and took my time. So I'm a little behind from these guys. So we're just going to try to play catch up here. We did get to collect the 3rd reward, and we're moving on. Don't care about any of this. Now, the other rewards are the alliance rewards. You want to get first place because your top 6 people get this package right here, which is 5,000 gold pieces. The other parts really don't matter because at this point, I've already got all level 6 valors and conquests. So those don't matter except for getting my research gems up. And then also want the prestige banners. Those are great to have because that's the next thing that I'm working on, are prestige banners. Not going to bother reading all that. All right, so we got all these in. Got a win there against this guy. Let's see. Yeah, cost him about 15 million power. It's not a bad hit without my dragon. So that's pretty exciting on that end. And so really what you do there is you do a lot of sitting and gathering on their buildings. Congratulations to Monster, the player I mentioned earlier. She's actually graduating from college on Saturday. That'll be June 16th. So congratulations, Monster, on graduating. And hopefully y'all can feed those 4 kids you got now. So let's talk a little bit about my equipment. I've got my first DeathSeeker sword now. Whenever they changed over and let you start getting the fragments, I had 0 barbarian keys, and I get my 3 barbarian keys a day. The DeathSeekers are very much stronger than the Warmongers. But my first thought was let me go ahead and get Warmongers. Because if you get 2 Warmongers, you get a bonus on bonus on defense. You get 4 Warmongers, you get a bonus on defense and health, and then everything is +1, so you get a 50% bonus on top of that. So I've got a 15% bonus on health and defense. My strategy on the Spire was, first thing I wanted was, I used the Spire for was to get all Valors, followed by upgrading those Valors. Then the step 2 was get all Valors to +6s. Then somebody was reinforcing me there, so it made me look up. The next thing was I wanted to get Stronghold 31, so I hit those noble badges. Now my primary is prestige, with my secondary being these dragon essence things. I'm pretty much able to gather all the prestige banners and the dragon essence badges every day, and then I've got a little left over where I can use it in other places if I so desire. But I pretty much use them every day because everything resets each day. The Warmongers are unique in that you don't need new scrolls, so you don't have to keep gathering new scrolls on these DeathSeekers. You just need dragon essence and steel. So the big thing you're trying to do is get steel. Whereas Warmongers, you need new scrolls. The only way to get those scrolls is go through lucky shots. So I spent a lot of time going through steps 1 through 4 on the lucky shots, and then I figured out once I got my first DeathSeeker that I really don't need any more scrolls in DeathSeeker. I just need 1 for each thing. What I'm using the Merlin Trials for at this point is I want to get this Sir Gawain, and I want to get it to a 4-star where I can increase my march capacity by 23,000. That'd be a pretty big jump on the march capacity. So I also use that a lot on getting my Valors to +6s. So in case you're just depending on where you're at in the strategy, that may be what you want to use those for. On the what is this? Oh, yeah, these are the ceremonies. On the ceremonies, also going to use those to get those 9 purple fragments so that I can continue working on getting that Gawain to 4 stars. Okay, so we're picking up here. We're in a big rally. There's a 1.25 million troop rally we've got going toward this tower. The tower's got currently 1.07, almost 1.08 million troops in it. And this is a huge rally. This is fun whenever you're doing these things. And we're going to land that, and boom, bam. We got that. Only a 7 million power loss for me. It actually was a little closer than it looked. We had a lot more troops than they had. But notice this guy's dragon. Level 46 dragon. And he has everything at +1, so he's in all farm deal. Like I guess he just hit the kingdom threat and decided to not bring everything back over to here. And he's even got troop load in there. So I'm not real sure, what he's planning on doing. But and I saw this opportunity here. I can't read his name. This NLT guy. I just really don't see him as a strong character. And what I wanted to do was hop everything back here and try to catch him with his troops home. Get my full march there, add a little, add the little bit of extra there. Now he has 15 seconds to do something else with his troops. Looks like he's going to rally. There he went. Rally started. So he rallied one of our strongholds, hit his troops because nobody's home, and so I'm going to go ahead and take and guard this tower here, keep him from hitting it. Got to protect your ore as much as you got to gather it. Got another 18 minutes on 40,000 troops. Got another 70,000 behind it. So hey, let's say hey to YouTube. There's My City. We call him, we call him My City. How do you like that? So, which is very confusing because if you look at his stronghold, you think, hey, there's My City, but it's actually My City. I'm going to hit this guy, get him out of there. Markle, he's a great guy. Red Eyes and Sub Temujin. That's funny. So Tofu, I think they're from there may be Chinese players. So we've got a very diverse mix of players here. Let's jump home, guy scouting me. I kind of waited on him for a while to hit me. We got a lot of people reinforcing that one. And he actually, after several minutes, he decides that he does actually want to hit me. OMG, he used to go by the name Shrimp, and he's a very, very strong character, very, very strong stronghold. All right, so we got this guy's finally going to come hit me. I was a little nervous at first because my dragon, as you can see, is out in that tower. But I do have about 800,000 troops home, so good luck. And 4 million power loss, that's never bad whenever you're up at our levels. Lost 60,000 to his 220 without a dragon, and I'm very much stronger than he is. So he's a real weak stronghold 30. Do have Stellar buffs up. I don't like to spend my gold on events like this. Really because the troops really don't die. You can see most people don't speed rush their marches just because it costs so much in gold to do that, and there's just not enough gold being given away. That 5,000 gold for if you're in the top 6 or top 4 or top 3 of your alliance is about about as good as it gets. But I mean, so that's 5,000 gold. You could easily burn that, especially if you're speeding troops. One of the worst things that can happen to you is you're in the middle of this conquest event and your king pops up in the middle of your hive and he just starts cleaning out resources because, number one, all your troops are hidden. You'd hate to live in a kingdom like that. You'd hate to be there. But the other thing that's good for us is it presents an opportunity for us because he's killing their troops. They're having to hide from him. and we can just go over there and just kind of use him as our shield and jump over that way. So, but it kind of stinks. What's this guy's name? It kind of stinks that your king would come into the middle of your kingdom. That's kind of a douche move. Would come in the middle of your hive and start stealing, taking stuff from you, resources and all. So the first thing you got to do is you got to bring all your troops home, jump over here. That's Kingdom 126. Let's jump in, and bam, I'm right beside him. Hallelujah. That's good news right there, because I can sit and this guy can't do anything to me because he's not in our conquest event. I really didn't notice that there were defending troops here, so I'm just trying to send all T10s so that I can have the fastest gatherers possible. So you can see I'm going to back up. I never do this, but I sent all T10s and just kind of, you can see I'm looking around for other stuff and not paying attention. Whoa, crap, I just lost some power. What the heck? Okay, look, there's still 240,000 troops. I killed more than I lost, so probably a good opportunity without even having to scout it. Let's jump out here and just hit that mixed march. That's number 3 march that I do right here. This is what I use in the Spire, and then also use it for attacking other strongholds. My number 1 march I use for barbs. Number 2 I use for monsters like dragons. I send them out just to clear dragons. So I'm just going to set up here. Got that guy he's a big shield for me, so I don't have to worry about anybody sending any troops or anything like that, because if you prop your head up, he's going to knock you off. And then he did end up leaving pretty quickly. But anyway, guys, I know this is a long video, but thanks for tuning in and watching. And please, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. I love King of Avalon, not necessarily the game, but all the people. And I just love growing with you guys. And I love the community. But we'll talk at you later. Thanks, guys.